For anyone who isn't familiar with the concept, a recursive translation is when something is taken from one language, translated to at least one more, and then converted back to the source language. The results can be quite interesting. Anyway, let's go.
Pilot. Sam Oliver had always been a lazy, aimless, and somewhat clueless young man. However, on the day he turned 21, his life took a sudden and unprecedented turn. He was informed that his parents had sold his soul to the devil long ago, and that, now, he was bound by duty to work directly for the devil as a bounty hunter. Charge. Upon waking, Sam discovers that his body has developed a peculiar condition. Everything he touches now produces an electric shock. He consults the devil, who reveals that this phenomenon is linked to his next target, a soul that has escaped from hell. This fugitive soul absorbs energy from power lines and discharges it in the form of lightning bolts to kill its next victims. To capture this fugitive, Sam must master a new tool bestowed upon him by the devil himself, a remote-controlled monster truck. All mine. Sam, Ben, and Sock track down a fugitive soul that is using insects to systematically kill the residents of an apartment building. Meanwhile, Sam's girlfriend, Andy, gets a new boyfriend. When this new suitor encourages Andy to return to college full-time and quit her current job, Sam enters a state of emotional panic. Magic. Sam asks the devil for a few days off so he can attend a concert with Andy. However, the devil flatly rejects Sam's request, insisting that vacations are not included in the terms of his employment. Consequently, Sam is handed his next mission, along with a white dove as his designated tool, and sent to capture another fugitive soul. This fugitive turns out to be a former magician who has eliminated anyone who fails to properly appreciate his magic acts and shows. And the Blob? When the soul of a former chemical company executive escapes from hell and begins claiming lives one after another, Sam finds himself facing a formidable adversary, one reminiscent of the Toxic Avenger. Meanwhile, true to his word, the devil hands Sam a copy of his contract. However, the document turns out to be far more extensive than Sam had anticipated, spanning hundreds of pages. Leon. Sam discovers that demons typically take the night off on Halloween. Unfortunately, however, a demon currently going through a bout of depression decides to deliberately complicate Sam's mission, simply as a distraction and for a change of pace. Sam and Sock manage to capture a fugitive soul named Leon, who has been on the run for over a century after ending a life. Yet, just as Sam is about to send her back to hell, Leon attempts to convince them that she has completely reformed and become a totally different person. At that very moment, the devil orders Sam to capture a new soul, that of a serial killer planning to unleash a fresh wave of carnage. Love, bullets, and a sinister highway. Sam and the team track down two fugitive souls, a thrill-seeking couple who intentionally cause car accidents in an attempt to inject some adrenaline into the relationship. Meanwhile, the devil unexpectedly takes on the role of Cupid, attempting to set Sam up on a date with a new woman. The cop, after executing his mission to perfection, Sam receives his reward from the devil, only to immediately find himself the potential victim of a crime. Elsewhere, Sock becomes infatuated with Gladys, the demon in charge of license plates. Ashes to ashes. Ben's mother and grandmother stop by Workbench to pick up supplies for a family gathering. However, things take an unexpected turn when the grandmother labels Sam as an evil presence and calls him the devil. Meanwhile, Sam meets a woman who claims to have been the devil's mistress for over 20 years, leading him to suspect that her daughter might actually be the devil's biological child. Settling scores, Sam begins dating the woman he suspects might be the devil's daughter. At the same time, the truth that money is the root of all evil is starkly revealed when a group of friends begin fighting over how to split a large sum of cash left behind by a runaway soul. Thirst for fame. Sam desperately tries to stop a talentless musician who is attempting to sell his soul to the devil in exchange for fame and rock and roll stardom. Meanwhile, Sock gets a huge surprise when his mother returns from Las Vegas and makes the shocking confession that she has recently remarried. Invisible. Sock and Sam rent an apartment together and move in, where they meet their new neighbors, a gay couple named Tony and Steve. Surprisingly, the couple turns out to be incredibly kind and friendly, even towards the lazy and slovenly Sam and Sock. However, Sam and Sock soon realize that this couple has a hidden side that isn't apparent at first glance. The Acid Queen. When Andy's life is threatened by a runaway soul from hell, Sam takes extreme measures, breaking every rule and crossing every boundary, in order to protect her. Rebellion. When the friends stumble upon a demon self-help group, a gathering of demons striving to reform their evil nature and leave their wicked ways behind, the world transforms into a battlefield for demonic forces. However, not all demons desire rehabilitation. Sam and his friends are forced to confront a ruthless demon who, posing as a lawyer, attacks his victims by unleashing parasitic leeches upon them. Control. Captured by a demon, Andy finally discovers the secret truth surrounding Sam and the demonic world. Realizing the gravity of the situation, her friends intervene to rescue her. However, much to Sam's dismay, discovering the truth instills in Andy a deep terror of him. She begins to distance herself and actively tries to push him away. Meanwhile, while tracking a demon through a hospital maternity ward, Ben has a fateful encounter with the ideal woman he has always dreamed of. Nevertheless, a crucial truth stands in the way, preventing the two from ever being together. Greg. Greg. While attempting to capture the last of the escaped souls, The demon refuses to cooperate with Sam, forcing the friends to turn to Gladys for help. Gladys introduces the group to a friend of hers, a demon named Dennis. Although Dennis initially refuses to lend his aid, he is ultimately driven by remorse regarding his past, specifically the fact that his parents once sold his soul to a demon, and returns to deliver a certain household item to Sam. Meanwhile, Andy's ex-boyfriend, Greg, reappears on the scene, prompting Sam to begin devising a strategy to win her back. The Leak. Realizing that the last escaped soul keeps returning to Earth no matter how many times it is sent back, the demon informs Sam that a leak has opened up in Hell. He then orders Sam, the bounty hunter he had hired, to discover the exact method by which souls are escaping from Hell and returning to the world of the living. Cancun. Sam becomes the target of a demonic uprising. This turn of events ultimately leads to a crucial discovery, one that threatens to unleash extremely grave consequences for Sam's own future.
It's all the same thing. Thank you for the registration question.